Hello, Writersyep community. How are you? So today I decided to pop up here because the energy is very heightened today, especially since yesterday, the 7/7 portal. And yeah, I've been feeling the heaviness of it. So I just wanted to say, how are you? How are things? How are you feeling? How is because I know there's a lot of climate change anxiety right now. I've been feeling it like crazy. I have my NASA t-shirt today. I don't know, I'm in that mode, and that's something that I'm conscious about. Okay, this Saturday I wanted to let you know that I'm going to go live. Today I wanted to do it, but it's just the energy, I'm just woof, I need to. And I also have to record some healing card readings as well. And yeah, I just finished work, and that's something that I just wanted to come here. Something is it's a calling now, guys. And that's something that I wanted to, let you guys know that it's a responsibility now to show up here and, kind of give you guys guidance and encouragement. Also, as I do on my YouTube channel, AngieBlog. But here is also as well where I get to kind of guide you and teach you on how to, decolonize, use creativity as use the chaos and turn it into creativity, right? And but at the same time, understand that we are spirits here, that we're not this separate from nature. Our body is part of nature, as well that our spirits are completely, abundant and infinite, okay? And we're not being taught this in school. So that's something that I'm literally conscious about it. And I wanted to let you guys know that that's something that I will be working on. At the same time, I'm building, my own client, healing business and spirituality. And also I have a job. I work as a facilitator and yeah, and I love it. I love my job. But that's something that I'm learning, my guides and spirits are letting me know. It's you have to learn how to balance this. So I'm able to teach that to others, at least. Yeah. When I was just doing I was doing my prayers and meditation, because that's something that helps a lot, especially if you're dealing with climate anxiety and all this depression. And I have a lot of in our DMs, and it started from last year, from lockdown, people going through really heavy, intense feelings, also but also at the same time they don't understand that they're going through that awakening, that spiritual thing, that that's what it is. It's just it's so heavy and intense, and you have to face your wounds, and you have to face your fears and your inner child. You have to heal that stuff. You really start to be conscious and aware, and then you start slowly understanding that anxiety, depression, and all these things, these are just perceptions, or the thoughts, you're thinking of ahead of the future, or you're stuck in the past. So that's something that it has helped me to get into balance, and that's what I consider a kind of sustainable lifestyle, when you're able to face the reality, face the what you got to do to pay bills and stuff like that, and do what you have to do. And then you also have your spiritual needs, I think, spirituality, love, unconditional love, self-love, self-care, time and moments, especially if you have if you're a parent, or if you but that too, also time alone. That's something that we have to kind of be okay with. Actually also voicing this, I was telling my friend that how I was feeling I'm having a hard time communicating, that I need that alone time, that if it's okay, and not feel that we're gonna lose the friendship, because we have to. It's just a boundary, but it's a healthy boundary, so we can continue having healthier relationships, right? Healthier friendships. So yeah, that's something that I'm learning, and I want to pass that to you. Another thing is that, yeah, everything is changing here. I feel that already, I'm supposed to, this is my mission. It's just funny that this shirt, like I've been thinking, I'm like, oh, NASA, like, you know, like, why do we need to go, like, let's build a heaven and earth and whatever Mars that you're trying to build here, like, it just, but we have to shift that, we have to change that. And that's why I'm saying, like, it's not as easy as it sounds. So that's something that I'm like conscious about, that I have to, like, okay, it's not as easy. And, you know, and that's what I'm here for, to guide people of how to manage that, because, and balance that out, as I am doing it myself too, like I'm working on it as well. But what I'm learning is that that's what my guides and everything is telling me, like, then put it out there, let others know, let others learn, and not tell you what to do, just kind of like a guide, like a messenger. So now this is like my duty, that I have to do this. So I'm gonna be doing this every once in a while. I can't really say anymore when I'm gonna be live or stuff like that, because IG is just IG, but it will help if you subscribe to YouTube channels, and also if you subscribe to our newsletters. Like, you know, I that's something that I wanted to, like, yeah, computer arrived, yes. Thank you, Auntie Mercedes, love you. But yeah, and that too is like, okay, now I'm back into, like, okay, let's get back to writing, let's get back to helping other people with writing, creating, or stuff like that. Like, that's something that I'm like, okay, you're the conscious creator, you're the, and so are you. Like, if you're watching this, you are conscious creator. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. But that too is like our responsibility now. Like, I have to kind of, like, okay, I have all this creativity, I have all this thing, and I am not this, and I'm like, okay, I have to, you know, but also have to balance my reality, right? Like, I work as a facilitator, caregiver, educator, and then also, you know, and I just finished work, and I'm like, okay, so what can I give? Because I feel full, I feel like everything is good. I do my meditation, pray, like, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I'll be showing up here when the cup is full, you know, when I'm like able to, and I don't have, you know, and I have a little bit of time, because now for IG it's 15 minutes, and I'll be posting and, you know, amplifying other people. That's what we all should be doing, like, you know, helping marginalized communities, indigenous community, Black matter. Like, it's really crazy. Like, we're being targeted on this app. Like, we can't, like, those who put the hashtag Black Lives Matter and all this thing, like, we're completely being like, no, you're not doing that. Like, you don't get views, you don't get the algorithm dams or content. Like, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty there. And that's what I'm saying. Like, we have to solidarity, you know, solidarity, serving, neutrality, but not too much neutrality, because that also can be harmful. So be careful with that. But I say sovereign, like, you know, there's two sides to the story. There's right and wrong. And there's really not that either too, but you have to see, like, how, you know, learn about duality, understand what duality is. And that's how, you know, self-learning and learning new content, not new content, like education, changing the narrative, because that's what's going on. It's like the language needs to be literally reversed. We have to reverse everything, like, write everything. Yeah, it's hard. So yeah, so that's what I'm also like working on. Like, okay, so let's make a course, let's make a program and put it in a Teachable or something, where the educators can actually get paid for the courses that they, you know, provided for the platform, and I'll, you know, sustain the platform. And that way people can have educational affordably, and, you know, have what decolonization, what higher consciousness, like spiritual awakening, like all these things are important. Decolonization, anti-racism education, like, and then create these kind of like a community where we can literally shift our mindsets of, okay, we want to be sustainable, we want to be anti-racist, we want to create more agriculture, more sustainable food, we want to eradicate poverty, we want to help the homelessness, we need to amplify indigenous communities and embrace their education, embrace their knowledge and language. It's important. All spiritual light workers are doing all your things, you know where that language comes from, right? Let's be real here. There's African language, and then there's them first, and like, we need to be amplifying their voices and helping them out now. Like, it's enough. because they are helping us be able to create sovereignty, create a sustainable life, help reduce our CO2 emission. Like, we need to understand that we are part of nature. We are not separating from it. And that's the mentality that we need to shift. This is where we need to let go of capitalism and consumerism and all this, like, start minimalistic, start like no meat no more, like literally create a conscious, sustainable lifestyle, whatever that means to you in any sense. And and I'm not saying, like, I'm not blaming you for climate change impacts or whatever. It's not possible. It's impossible. We know who they are, but at the same time is that we buy and consume their products. So there is still a need for the supply. So cut the supply. It's the same thing with the Olympics, with this girl. Cut the views, cut the supply. You are the supply. The power is you. You are, all of us, is us. You cut it off, you cut the cord, and there's no way that they cannot fix what they fix, because it affects their money supply. I know it's a lot. Just breathe. With some incense and, because I understand I'm attracting a lot of awakened people, a lot of hurt and pain and suffering right now, and dealing with a lot of stuff, okay? And also they're creatives and they're super high sensitive. So I get you. I understand you, okay? Depression, anxiety, all these overwhelming feelings and all these stressful situation, and also like trying to deal with the pandemic, but also pay bills and do all these things. Like, this is a normal thing. The thing is that it's not normal, is that we're not being taught that we have to prepare our minds for this, right? So we have to have our daily routines where we nurture ourselves, where we pray, where we meditate, where we do yoga, exercise, healthy breakfast, healthy foods, really embrace these things. And also at the same time, like, once your cup is full, how can you help another person? Yes, this is how you build equity and equality, is the fact that you shift the mindset. It's like, it's not just me. You have enough, you have savings, you have things that you're fine. Okay, you're not affected by inequality. You're not affected by money situations. You're not affected with disease or anything. Like, you're good. You are part of that solution to fix what we are having trouble with right now. So literally just conscious, like, okay, so what community can I help today? Oh, I have $5 extra. I have $10 extra. I have $20 extra. Why not? But this is a daily thing. Okay, anti-racism. What book can I read? What can I, each of these things is a conscious thing. And you have to, it's no longer like, oh, no, I don't, I just gonna live my life, YOLO. No, that's not how it works. I'm sorry, but this is what we're not taught, and we have to understand that self-discipline, self-love, doing things for others and for the earth is part of life. It's life. And we have to be and also that too, it makes you feel good. Like, you feel good about yourself. Don't you feel good when you do something for somebody else, when you make someone smile, or you make someone's day, or I don't know, you do something for somebody, even if you're struggling. Sometimes there's people doing stuff even when they're struggling because they have a good heart. Learn to, having compassion, kindness, and empathy. It's work. It's not no, especially when we haven't been taught that. When we're being taught completely the opposite, apathy, which sucks. It sucks. So that's what I wanted to come here. And I'll be doing this every now and then. I just can't really put it out there when. It's just, I have to be unpredictable. My guides are letting me know, it's like, you just be unpredictable. And then just pop up. And for 15 minutes or so, because that's what IGTV says. But also I wanted to, from now on, we're going to be doing this as a creative, diverse media that I'm trying to create, but also creating educational courses at the moment too. I'm almost there. I'm almost ready to release it, and also a book. that it will be able to help you guys. That's why, because I'm attracting a lot of awakened people who are doing the works and doing the, using their creativity, but also like, they're doing the work as well, but they're like, okay, but there's inner work. So that's also too, like, where I'm gonna show you step by step how the process of shadow work and inner work, so that you can just follow and just be at ease in the guidance, I say. But I'll be coming here and AngieBlog as well, releasing card readings and healing also. And also I have that as a service as well, so if you want to. But other than that, I didn't come here for advertising or anything like that. I just wanted to come here as real as I am. And also that too, I'm here to help the creatives, help the collective healing, and help balance things as I'm balancing myself too, which is like beautiful. And I'm so grateful. That's another thing. Be grateful for everything. Grateful for everything, even if you do, and even if you don't have it yet, just like picture like I have it. It's thank you for. Do you understand? Remember, our minds is like whoo, and that's something that I'm trying to tell the creatives and my sensitive and divergent people here. Own your power. Be okay with it. Be like, okay, I can do this, and also stand up for yourself. Believe in yourself. Like something like today is like, you have to tell them. It's like, so here it is. You matter. Okay, we're gonna repeat this. I matter. I believe in myself. I can stand up for myself. I will get the bag. I will do my creative work. I will finish my tasks. I will do this. I will be with my family. I will have a great day. Each day, even with the chaos, I will find the good with the bad. You have to. Okay? You're the co-creators. You're the creatives. You literally are like matter, words and language and communication and writing, creativity, anything creating has lots of power and energy, and it matters a lot. So that's why I'm like literally letting you know from all the divine guidance right now of everything, because I'm very connected to the divine. Your work, as inconsistent, like little bit as you think it is, matters. So even the works that you do on a regular basis, because you have to pay bills and you have to do all these things, they also matters the work that you do outside of that, the one that you don't even talk about, the inner work, the shadow work, the one that you go into yourself, heal, and and then create stuff, like use your creativity. Like, what do you like to do outside of your job, outside of your thing? Like, what was the thing that you loved to do when you were a kid, that you always wanted to do, but you're like, oh, I don't think so, everyone's doing it, so like, who cares? Right? That's the thing. That get back into your inner child, heal that inner wounds, especially because we are all hurt and by parents and that stuff like that. But that too, we can't blame them. We have to forgive them, because they didn't have the tools, they didn't have the guide, they didn't have all this thing. Like now that we're able to create videos and put a PDF file and drive Google Drives, and like we can have everybody and connect everybody and like Zoom meetings, and like they didn't have all this stuff. We are so privileged. Think about that. Just let it sink in. We are very privileged. And we are like spitting, like, projecting and judging. And no, this is a gift that we have right now. Even though it's horrible and it's deep, pandemic and all this thing, vaccines and whatever, like, you have to look for the good and the bad. That's one thing that I'm getting, like, look for the good. Like, me too. I'm trying to be like, okay, I'm going through really crazy stuff, but I'm like, okay, what's the good in this? What can I do with, even, and turn that bad or whatever feelings that I'm having into good. We all are capable of doing this by believing in ourselves and not giving up, especially creatives. I see you, okay? And that's something that I'm like looking like, okay, the suicides rate is going very high right now, and it's like calling. My angels are like, stay here. You choose to be here. You're here for a reason. You're meant to do something. You have to go within and understand who you are and what you're here for. And you will understand and you will find it. You will find peace and you will find this happiness that nobody can take away from you. And you will stand for that. And you will fight for it. You'll fight for this. It's your happiness. It's yours that you find yourself. And you went to the deep. You went to the inner abyss that nobody likes to go, that nobody chooses to go. But you're there. You chose to do that. You chose to be here for a reason. We are all here just for a limited of time. We're here to enjoy bliss and understand, duality and change this paradigm, this narrative. Like, we're not meant to be staying like this. Like, this is insane. And we know this, but we need to figure out a way together how exactly to be away from this, right? Not away, but also learn and release and purge. This is a great time for releasing. Like, guys, for my creators, my conscious collective, all those people who are coming here and coming to my AngieBlog, like, I see you, I hear you. You can send me emails, you can book a reading or whatever, or we can do a psychic medium or whatever, but going to therapy, it's not a bad thing. I don't know who's putting that in anyone's collective way, that having therapy or going to therapy, it's like, oh my God, like there's something, like, yeah, we are all going through fucked up shit. And like, it's not easy being woken in this time of the day, but we chose to be here. But the thing is, we have a body, we have mental health, we have to take care of those things. We cannot expect to be healed all of a sudden where we're being literally colonized, programmed, and like literally mind fuck, right? Yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, my creatives, do not give up, okay? Do not give up. You're here for a reason. You're gonna be okay, okay? You're meant for lots of things that a lot of people will not like understand, okay? So for creatives today, the message is that, see, there will be justice. Things are going to start aligning soon, especially like we have the 7/7 portal, and then things are going to start showing up, and a lot of people are purging and realizing a lot of things. There's a lot of people that are going to be awakened at this time too, and also standing for themselves, like no longer be in their head, right? Five of Pentacles is like, okay, like it's time to like stop overthinking and start doing some action, as long as like we also take care of our mental health, right? A lot of people also in the collective, especially the feminine energy, are going to be working on themselves and working on their, getting that bag and doing their thing that they have to do. So go do it, because we need you. All leaders, especially females, that you have ideas, you have things that you want to contribute to the world, to humanity, and you think like, oh, somebody else is doing it, so I don't think I should do it. No, do it. Do it. We need you. We need women to step up and do what they have to do. Step up. See, there is a Queen of Swords. You guys have passions, have things that you want to put out there that could actually contribute to the sustainability of the world. And that's something that, it's a responsibility, it's a lot of work, but I feel like you guys have been doing that, especially if you're being retrieving and been doing your purging and inner work and stuff like that, then it's gonna start paying off soon, okay? So that's something that I wanted to say to all females. Doesn't matter what gender, doesn't matter, you are awesome, okay? You can do this. You are meant to be doing some work, some kind of activism, some kind of thing, and you've been doing it, but in your quiet sense, right? So that's something that Spirit is letting me know. It's like, okay, you gotta voice this out, and somehow through Writersyep, which is it's my first time, I guess. But let me know if you like this. Give me a like and a comment, and let me know if this is helping you in your way, in your journey, and I will be appreciated. That's it. Apparently there's some proposals, there's some contracts, there's some things that are going to happen, guys. So those who will be doing the work, there's some stuff that is coming their way. There's possibilities of different options, so stay away, be aware of that. Like, you're gonna have many options, but that too, that comes with like the overwhelm and the anxiety of making the decision, especially if you have to speak up or something, or you have some activism to do. Some creatives are choosing to go all the way into things that, it goes way out of their comfort zone, like completely, see here, out of their comfort zone, completely out, then this can bring some anxiety. So this is where I'm saying that you have to find some inner work, okay? Some inner practices, some spiritual practice, like doing some meditation to get off social media, like go for a walk, have more water, have exercise more, like keep that mental stability, okay? And yes, you also have to do some reflection, especially what the 6 of Cups is, because there's good stuff coming in, but it also, like, you have to work on yourself and do the inner work, especially if you guys are manifesting good things, new things for yourself. You're finally taking a stand and deciding, okay, how can I move forward? How can I do this in a different way? If I'm fucking up with something, then I have to, like, how can I fix it? So you are co-creating your own reality, especially those who are awakening. And those who are in that process, understand that yes, you're gonna have some difficulties. You're gonna feel like everything is falling apart, that nothing is going your way, that you're losing friends, you're losing everybody, and that's normal. You're gonna feel super alone, but at the same time, you will see eventually that you will find this inner peace just being by yourself, understanding yourself, knowing thyself. And it's hard to say it like this, but yeah. So, get out of your head. There's a lot of things like where, it's okay to, be in your feelings and work on them and be like, okay, this is something that, but at the same time, it's like, understand that at the same time, you have to continue thinking, okay, how can I move forward from that? Don't stay stagnant, because that can cause, some setback, especially for good blessings that you guys are going to have. Like, I feel good blessings, good things are on the way. So it's a lot like, just stop being in your head, stop overthinking, doubts and fears, time to let that go. So I would suggest for this Friday, manifest that, like put it in a paper, at nighttime or in the morning, and after meditation or prayer, stuff like that, and write it down, like things that you don't want anymore, that doesn't serve you, that you want to manifest, like, I don't know, maybe letting go of something that karmic cycle or something like that. Like this 4 of Cups came in reverse. So you see, you have blessings like right in front of you, but you're paying attention to the ones that the past, the mistakes and stuff like that. Like, let go of that. Let go of the past. It's done. It doesn't, like, look at the past like it's just like a guide for you to learn, like, okay, I did that, how can I fix it in this present moment though? Because if you get stuck also in the future, like, oh, that too can make you like you're doing all these plans, you have all these beautiful things, but then you're stuck in like, so don't be stuck, okay? Like, you have good blessings, good things your way, so time to keep it moving. So that too, the feminines are feminine energy. It could be, there's no gender or anything, but the feminine energy, this the Empress, like you guys are like working on yourself and doing all these things, but also at the same time, it's like, that you are the divine mother. You're doing all these things so that it can actually help the collective, right? And very soon, like as soon as that too, like you see, as soon as you work on yourself too, both of you, the divine masculine and feminine, the creative collectives, when you guys start letting go of that stuff, like purging it out, like manifesting, tell the universe, tell the new moon, like, I want to let this go. I don't want to have this on me. I don't want to have, like, I just want to work on better myself, being better for myself and for others, then there's celebration coming. There's good things that are going to start happening, especially like, and it's literally telling me like, embrace your inner self, your inner authenticity. And that too, the synchronicity. So you're going to start seeing synchronicities. You're going to start seeing, that too. Pay attention to numbers, pay attention to signs. Like those who are awakening, you're chosen for a reason, and you're chosen to awaken at this time in space and everything right now. So be grateful too, like even through the hard stuff, like, There's some people going through fucked up like shit, but be grateful through it, okay? And understand that everything is happening for you, not to you. So there's a greater, much greater things that for sure, that too, remember that what you cannot see, it's actually more powerful than what you can see, because we have a very limited perception, okay? And there's more that we cannot see. So that's what I'm saying, is like, be aware and understand that there is quantum field. There's a gigantic universe. All planets communicate with each other, just like we communicate with ourselves, just like plants communicate with each other. Energy is everything, source, and we're part of that source. We're not separated from it. So that's something that, you know, spirit and everything is letting me know. Creatives and conscious, creative, and collective in the healing process during your purging right now and going through this really deep, heavy work, self-care, going through it, going to therapy and like realizing a lot of stuff. Like, be compassionate with yourself. This is not easy work, but you're doing it. So if you're watching this, it's like, believe in yourself. You guys are doing the work and you guys are working on it, okay? Other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day, beautiful Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday for the future. So I'm gonna try to be here. Although I have a client that I'm going to see, but then after that, maybe I'll try to go come live. If not, it will be Saturday, okay guys? Because yeah, I'm working on my communication skills and you know, and just coming here as a fly instead of like recording and editing a lot. But it's a challenge, you know. I'm challenging myself, and that too is like, it's teaching me like, I don't need to be in competition with anybody. I'm in competition with myself. I'm not comparing myself with anybody. I'm in comparing to myself from the days before, and that's something that like, okay, I need to improve this, I need to improve that, and that's something that I'm consciously doing, and I want to encourage others to do it too. So how do I do it? By being the example, right? Showing up and you know, being here when I can, when I'm able to, and being honest, and you know, continue doing the work and helping others, because that's what I want to do. I want to be a service, and I want to be a creative, and also I'm multidimensional and help people guide through this crazy stuff, okay? And also I'm receiving so like, whew, yesterday was heavy, guys. Receiving so much downloads, so much information. Like, I literally went to sleep, like I slept like a baby for a couple of days. Like, I'm also suffering from insomnia. I'm having insomnia, yes, being honest about that. But I'm working on it, and that's something that I wanted to like be like, you know, not everything is good as it's like, oh wow, everything is, no, there's, you know, some people going through stuff, and trying to look the positive of it, trying to find the light through it. So that too, be kind, man, because we don't know what other people are dealing and how they're dealing with stuff. And so yeah, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say a lot of things today, I guess. Anyways, guys, have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next video when I come here.